video for the Anna Griffin Create. This video I'm doing is based off of class number 1, and I will be showing you how to use the die, which is the this die. This is the die that I'll show you how to use. It's quite easy once you get the hang of it. You'll love it. I'm not sure if they still have them at HSN, but I know they're on her website. So you first thing you do is you cut out this part. See you later. You cut out this part, and then you have to make sure that you bend it in the correct orientation. So when you get it, of course, it's flat and it's scored. I have a hard time remembering which one is up, but what you have to remember is the dip is always down, and so you can work it from there. If you remember that the dip is down, the rest is easy. So the first thing that you do is you control it by folding this piece down, which makes these go up automatically. Then you make sure that you do these, because as you bring these down, these pieces will go up also. Okay? To do the sides easy, these score lines are there, but they're kind of faint, as it were. In order to do the score lines, what you do is you get yourself a ruler, and you put it up against that score line and lift up towards the score like that. And you will be able to get a good score, and then come back and crease with your bone folder. And do that on both sides. Just get a ruler and it'll make your life easier. Just put it right up against that score line and push this up. It'll make it so much easier. Matter of fact, just because I'm talking about it, I want to show you what I'm talking about. Let me pull a piece of paper, cut it right quick, so because showing is better than telling. I'm learning that much more. That it's better to show people how to do stuff and then not just talk. I'm going to just run this through my Gemini machine. The Gemini has such strong force of power that I find myself sometimes cutting through my plate system. It drives me bananas. I cut through that mat, and it's very loud to me. I don't like that part of it, that is really loud, but it is what it is. Okay, so this is what it is when you cut it out. Very pretty die. This is a very pretty die. The intricate, this die is really a nice looking die to me. And so let me take my little two-in-one thingy here, and I'm just scrubbing off the little extras. Is it only me, or do you have to sweep your room all the time? I'm getting ready to buy myself one of those little electric vacuum cleaners that does it for me, because I get tired of sweeping. Okay, so this is the die. So I'm going to just run through this really quick. What I was saying was you get underneath here and you bend this part down. And if you can tell, if you're bending this part down, do you see how these sides want to go up? Which means you can pinch them up to help you get a straight up down like that. See, they want to go up automatically. And then you pull these down, because it wants, when you start to pull this up, it wants to go there. So you do it for it, and it'll help you get it. See that? It wants to go up because it's made that way. And so now, you see how simple that was? If you if you get in the habit of getting in here and doing this part first, it forces these up to where you need to go, right? And then bone fold all of this correctly. You bone fold it all. And in order to get this up, what I'm saying is this: there's a score line right here. Go right underneath here, up against with your ruler, and start pulling it up against that score line. And it's going to go up for you. You don't have to do a lot of work. It's going to do it for you. You want to just get it up there. Your ruler is holding it to let it go up. Just like that. So see how crisp that is? It's standing up on its own. And you do the same thing on both sides. Take that ruler straight to that score line. And you don't have to worry about pinching, breaking, or messing up anything. You just push it up against your ruler and it will stand right up for you. Hi Beverly, thank you for joining me. I just started. I was just kind of showing how to train this piece to make it work for you. So that's what you do. You use that ruler to train them, and if you do that, you have your piece and it will do what you need it to do, because you need these pieces to lay down for you. You need them to do it. So then you just use your bone folder and it'll be right into place. Anna showed that to us to help us learn how to do this piece, right? Okay, so this is the piece that I'm using, and this is the other piece that goes in the card. The secret to this is you have to make it in half. It doesn't come with that score line in the die. So in order to get this in half, I've seen people measure this and put it up against their scoring thing, and it's just too much. What you do to get this the way you want it, fold this piece in half like this and pinch right there, and then put this in your scoreboard and score it. So now it's in the center. So you're not worrying about centering this off. No outside. No outside. Don't bark at me. Cut it out. So now you put this right in here. Excuse me, my puppy's determined. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. That's my puppies. They rule the house. My husband just left for work and he didn't let them out, and of course they're chasing behind him. Okay, so now you want to put these together. The one thing that we learned in the class was you want to put these together before you put them in the card base. Before you put these in your card, put these two pieces together. And I'm just doing this really quick, but use some good adhesive to do this, to put this together. But you want to put this on your card, on your backer piece, because there's a trick to putting this together. So you want to put this in here. You want to put this in here nicely, like that. Make sure it's even. It's even. Okay, so it's even on this side, just like that. Okay, and then do the same thing for this side. Make sure you got enough tape to secure this in and secure this down. Okay, and then bring it over to this side. What I'm doing is, I should have used glue, but I'm just using tape for this right now. Okay, and then match up this side evenly, just like that, so that can go down. Okay, and when you put this, it's better to use wet glue, and the reason why, oh yeah, I love that Salon Nouveau Yeah, this is wonderful. I love this, and it's much easier than what you think. Then when I first looked at it, I was like, oh, that's going to be too hard. I don't want to do that, but it's not. Let me see. Uh, there we go. Okay, so then before you do anything else, put your sentiment in there, because it's really hard to do anything else. If you don't have that sentiment in now, it'll be hard later. So then these sentiments that she gave us that go with this kit, it's a sticker. It already has the middle. Yeah, I was glad that they included all of these inside of the kit. Okay, excuse me. Okay, so what you do is you got to stick this right in there, where right in the middle. Lay one side down. Lay one side down, and then bring it to the other side. Don't lay it down first together in half. Bring this side to meet it, and then lay it down. Okay? That's how you get a good side by side, and it's not lifted up. You see how mine is right in there? It's right in there. It's not lifted up. That's how you get it to not lift up in the middle. Okay? And that is the key to putting this together. So I cut my card base, and it's just a piece of double-sided paper, which you don't have to use double-sided paper if you don't want to. You can just use single-sided, and because the star is this part. So then what you do is you get you some liquid glue, and you liquid glue or liquid glue this. Glue this down. You glue this into your card base, right? Try to get around those edges, but not too close so you're not seeping out. But, put some glue there so then when you press, you have some good coverage. And then butt this up against your card base. Okay, so you're going to put that right up against that score line and then just press, right? So now you have it in there and it's up against this score line, but not over. You don't want to be over that score line, but you want it in there. So this is the thing that she showed us. You want to glue this. You want to glue this side just like you just glued the other side, but you don't want to do this. Don't do that. Take this side and bring the card to it. Bring your card base to that piece and then glue it down. And that meets it, and now you're not worrying about if you have coverage in the middle when you open it up. So you want to meet these two together, and then it will fold in perfectly. And there will be no loose pieces right here. Because that's the key. That pressure point right here is the key. Because you're going to be doing this a lot. And you don't want it not to stick. And so then you're good to go. You make sure that you press down really good and there's no gaps. So now I don't have any gaps here. And I don't have any gaps here. Which of that is kind of blurry. But there's no gaps there. And that's what you want. You don't want any gaps. And then just decorate how you want to. Whatever you want to do to decorate after it's dry, then decorate. So what I decided to do for my decorating, okay, the first thing I'm going to do is take a piece of painter's tape and I'm going to hold this down. Stay down. You don't want to stay down now, of course, because I'm on. Oh, this piece is not sticky anymore. That's my what I use that piece to hold down my dies. But you wanna hold this down, of course, you don't want to work when I'm trying to get you to work. Okay, we're not trying to work today, but that's okay. But that's what I do. I hold it down because when you're decorating, it's hard to keep these pieces down. And so then you start with your matte layers. And start matting and layering. And Anna, she knows she a matte and layer queen. She can mat and layer and stack and stack and stack. And these cards be so heavy. They be so cute, but they be some heavy cards. And so I have learned to dial it back because I just can't use up all my supplies on one card. Once you put your design on, one thing that she always did is she double stacks her stuff. Hi Beverly. Hi Bonvi. Thank you for joining me. I'm just doing the card for today from Anna Griffin, her class. This was class number 1, our layering dies. And I kind of showed in the beginning kind of how easy it is to put these down. And then we're going to put this one on top of here. The one thing that I love that she used is she loves her some Xyron sticker maker. That Xyron with that instant stick is a winner. We used it in the classes. Everybody who had one, she asked them to pull it out so that we could use them. And it was a godsend for us. I'm telling you, I loved it. And then because most of her things are stickers, you know, almost all of her little things. And of course, this might not be one of them because it was hard to tell which ones were stickers and which ones wasn't. And so I know all of her flowers are stickers, but I'm not sure if all of her foil pieces are stickers or not. Okay, Robert, I gotta call you back. I just got off of a Zoom call and somebody's calling me, but I got to kick them until I'm done with this. And so now I always try to put these like joining pieces down flat and then start with the height. And I use these little sticky things, and I get these from Dollar Tree. I get them from Dollar Tree. And the way she said to do it is like make your design before you put it on a card. And so it's already designed when you stick it on there, right? So that's what her thing was. That's why most of her pieces already have sticky back and everything on there because she puts them together first. Did the regulars treat the newcomers well? Yes, they did. Oh my God. The people who have already been there was so accommodating to us newbies. They were super nice to us. Like if we needed anything, if we didn't know how to use the system, if we didn't know how to use a machine, told us about they did tell us a lot about the previous creates and how things worked and how the events went, which made you miss not being there in person. But my thing was if the event had to be, they had a repetition for being illicit. Wait a minute, what do you say? Uh, Oh yeah, you're right. They do, but not really. Not all of them. They're not elitists. Some people were so accommodating, and it was wonderful. They really showed such respect for us as new people. I think because a lot of them also suffered through that technology piece. We dealt with that technology, and we had to deal with the fact that we're not used to it. A lot of people wasn't used to it, and so but they were really wonderful. They had a lot of people come and do speeches and stuff for Anna and tell us about how they met her and that kind of stuff. and they were really nice. I didn't have anybody that was not nice. You did have people say, this is nothing like what we're used to, but it wasn't like nothing nobody was used to. Hi, Lori. Thank you for joining me. And so this is just me decorating the front of my thing right now, and I lost my sentiment. What did I do with it? Okay, so now you want to come in the house. My husband must be gone because now they're barking to come in the house. And so I'm going to just take one of these, and because I want to put it right here. And so it was really a lot of kind of matte layering situations. I love Anna Griffin's stuff because you don't really have to like stamp. It's the quick cards. You can put them together and you have a card. And that's what this was. This was a lot of just understanding how to use the dies. And there you go. Yes and no. We focused on doing the inside, but we did the outside too. She had pieces already set that she used for decorating the outsides of them. Thank you, Pamela. Yes, she showed us how to do the inside, but then she decorated up the inside of it, and then she showed us how to decorate the outside. Because the main thing was making sure that you never decorate over these pieces. So when you put your decorations down, uh, you always. I hear you, puppy. You be in a minute. You always put them where the bend is. So if you're decorating like that, you always put it where when you close the card, it's not obstructing the closure. Thank you. I really enjoyed that course, and this is what it was. This is the pop-up die. And so tomorrow I will have another one of the classes so I can show you how to use those dies. Oh, you mean like a regular card? No, we didn't really do anything on the insides because all of these cards had some kind of mechanism for the insides. So we didn't really like have to stamp anything, or if it was not something a mechanism, it was a 3D type of thing. So all of them had something. The only ones that did not was the layering dies. So oh, that's a pop-up cake because we did this one too, the pop-up card. But the layering ones didn't have anything on the inside, but we was focusing only on the outside for those. Yep. All right, so I will definitely be back tomorrow with another video with our next card making class. And this is just an easy way. I have to do 80 Christmas cards for our women's group, and I am so looking forward to it. I ordered some Anna Griffin stuff to do it so that I can have Anna Griffin cards for our women's group. Yeah. All right, y'all. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one.